So let's say someone's just starting out, they're trying to get all these systems in place. What tools would you recommend that they start with so that they can actually create these systems and processes?
Yeah, so that's the thing with systems is that I know a lot of people don't love them and they think that they're going to be grueling and boring and like tedious and all of these things. Systems are incredibly simple at the base ground level. All like most of our systems are built on a Google spreadsheet or in a task management system like Asana or Basecamp. It's simply creating a checklist of steps that you go through every time you do that thing so that you're not relying on using mental bandwidth to like backtrack. Am I forgetting something? Oh my gosh, I didn't hit record. Happened to me more than once. I know it's happened to other people who are tuning in.
Yeah.
And so having that checklist and the set of steps that you're going to follow is absolutely critical. And a huge part of that system, again, goes back to actually having that schedule in place. So on your calendar, booking the time, okay, these are the 2 hours where I'm going to prepare my next 4 episodes. And then maybe one day you have a 2 hour block where you're recording those episodes. And then maybe one day you have a 2 hour block where you're editing and uploading those episodes. And once you get into a rhythm with a system like that, that again is just like a Google spreadsheet or a checklist or a Google Doc, or I use Asana a lot. So I put a lot of my systems in Asana so that I could just check done, done, done. And then actually scheduling the time in your calendar. And that's really all there is to it. You just have to like do it that one time and then it serves you so big moving forward.
Yeah, I think that templates and systems like that are so important. For me personally, I use Google spreadsheets and I use Trello. So Trello and Asana are pretty similar, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm curious though, was it a lot of like trial and error to figure out what should be on your checklist?
Totally. Because sometimes you're creating a checklist when you're not actually doing the thing. So in that case, you're kind of like, okay, if I were about to record an episode, what are the steps that I would take? In which case, if you are doing that, because I highly recommend that whenever you have 15 minutes that you can sit down and focus, to ask yourself things like this. What are the steps that I take every time I record an episode? Same goes for editing, same goes for uploading, same goes for your show notes page, same goes for finding guests for your podcast. All of these are like little micro systems within your production system that all need to happen in order for it to work. So when you sit down and you think about what are the steps that I take every time I record an episode, if you just write down from memory the steps that you take, then the next time you actually do record, have that list next to you so that you can really go through. Maybe you missed a couple things. Maybe there's something on there that you're like, oh, wait, okay, I guess I don't actually do that. Maybe you already have your recording template set, which you absolutely should have. In which case you're not putting on like any extra effects or, having to mess with the volume levels or anything like that. So